I'm Andy Smith, Chief Executive Officer and Executive Director of the Virgin Islands Water and Power Authority. First, I'd like to apologize to our customers for the ongoing service disruption on the island of St. Thomas. That's unacceptable to WAPA and unacceptable to the men and women of WAPA. I can assure you that the men and women of WAPA have been working diligently to restore this issue. Crews have been on site for 24/7 since Saturday morning when the initial interruption occurred. I want to talk a little bit about what happened. On Saturday morning, an underground cable was impacted by crews working and excavating. The damage to that cable resulted in the power outage. As I mentioned, we've been working 24/7 since that Saturday morning to repair this issue. What's complicated the repairs for this issue are two things. First, the cable that was damaged that runs from the power plant Randolph-Harley through the waterfront was installed in the early 1970s. That cable is old, that cable is brittle. That makes repairs much more difficult. The second factor that's impacting the repair timeline is that the cable is underground. Underground cables are actually really attractive to us in the territory because they are much more resilient in terms of storm damage or other impacts. However, when they get damaged, it is much more difficult to troubleshoot. The cables can only be accessed in manholes, and so you have to work from manhole to manhole to manhole to identify where the problem is and repair it. We thought we had this fixed 5 different times over the last several days. Each time that it was repaired, there was a subsequent fault elsewhere and repair it. We were on the cable. That's because of the age of the cable. I can assure you as well that we're working diligently with our partners, Government House, other utilities, as well as contractors in the territory to try to address this issue. Customers traveling on the waterfront are likely to see Hogland trucks, for example, out. Hogland has been on site for several days assisting the WAPA crews with restoration. Turning to rotations and the timeline for restoration. We have had customers on rotation since Saturday morning. A number of customers will notice that they've come off of rotation. What WAPA has been doing is managing the load on our system to try to keep as many customers in service as we possibly can. What the challenge there is that we have limited capacity on our system. Think about a garden hose. You can only put so much water through a garden hose before the hose breaks. We're getting to that, to managing to that point to keep as many customers in service as we can. Finally, timeline for restoration. I would love to sit here today and be able to tell you that this will be restored in 2 hours or 4 hours or 6 hours. The fact of the matter is that we don't know. Any proposed timeline that I would put out would at this point simply be an estimate and could well be wrong. As I mentioned earlier, we thought we had this issue fixed on more than one occasion, and then we had subsequent failures. We will continue to update the community on our progress. We hope to have this restored soon, and we appreciate your patience in the meantime. Thank you and have a great day.